Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press release out of the small cap space every morning at the open, so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe find your next great small cap investments. Tuesday, May the 24th. Happy belated Victoria Day long weekend to all our friends in Canada. I know our friends in the U.S. have their long weekend coming up in a few days, so we'll wish you that in advance. I've got 7 press releases for you coming out of the small cap space. Let's get straight to it. First up, Extreme Biodiesel trades on the stock symbol BRKM. This is a client of AGORACOM. We don't report on AGORACOM client news unless it stands on its own 2 feet. Extreme Biodiesel, I got to tell you, I'm really excited. Assume I'm horribly conflicted, but they've just been putting out news after great piece of news. Today they announced that they've contracted with Algae Oil Company to produce biodiesel fuel for a 1,000,000-mile test with a major trucking company. They've already announced some great news with supermarkets in California being selected at an Afghan and defense summit for Afghanistan, Iraq, and Pakistan. Just unbelievable what they're doing. In this press release, they say they're going to be producing biodiesel fuel from algae oil and working with Algae Oil Company, who they've been working with for 2 years on establishing procedures for pre-treatment and creating A100 biodiesel fuel from algae. Now, why algae oil? It's a premier candidate for biodiesel food stock due to a couple of things here. It's extremely high oil yield compared to land-based plant crops. Its ability to regenerate oil within a 28-day cycle, using pollutants, carbon dioxide, as its food source. And most importantly, I think it's not a human food source, which is one of the biggest knocks against biodiesel. It's not a human food source. I like this news. Extreme Biodiesel says they'll be one of the first to produce and participate in actual large-scale testing. Closed on Friday, 12 cents. They've been very active. Volumes picking up ever since we started doing IR for the company over a month ago. I think there's a long way to go. Assume I'm horribly conflicted. Nothing's guaranteed, but I really like what they're doing. And if you believe that oil price is going to remain high, Extreme Biodiesel is a company for you to look at. Next up, Colt Resources announced that they intersected 1.29% tungsten over 7.84 meters, including 1.9% over 3.7 meters. This is at their tungsten project in Portugal. Current drilling program is designed to confirm and expand the historical non-NI 43-101 compliant resource estimate of 1 million tons, grading 0.87%. Nicholas Perot, President and CEO of the company, said hole 14 has exceeded our expectations. And in a nutshell, as a result of these results, they're now mobilizing 3 drill rigs as opposed to 2, and they just added the second one recently, so they're really accelerating. Always a good sign. Close on Friday, 65 cents. Colt today, let me see if I can get a quote for you here. I may not have it up here. I don't. Apologize about that. I thought I had it up here, but we'll get it later. But nonetheless, close at 65, 96 on the high, 61 on the 52-week low. So that's probably a good sign that they're trading near the bottom end of their range. Salazar Resources, 15.6 meters, 1.59 grams ton of gold, 1.07% copper, including 5.9 meters of 3.35 grams of gold, 2.37% copper. Salazar earlier, let me go here to my watch list, was halted. As of this morning, looks like they're down a penny on 1,000, but they must have just started shares. And Colt Resources, by the way, up 2 cents on 53,000 shares. Mr. Salazar says the intersection in hole 109 indicates a possibility of another area of high-grade mineralization in this locale. $2 close, $60 high, 80-cent low on the 52-week, so they're trading a little bit below their midway point. American Paramount Gold. APGA has completed their updated 43-101 report. This is on the Capco project in Nevada. I don't got the numbers here, but 3 examples of historic gold and silver intersections. 4 feet, 15.5 grams gold, 195 grams silver. 5 feet, 24.3 grams gold, 256 grams silver. And 5 feet, 31 grams gold and 55 grams silver. Obviously, these are all per ton. They close on Friday at 7.5 cents. $1.18 on the 52-week high, 7 cents on the low. They're right there. So that could indicate a potential major problem for these guys. It looks like they're still in the 7.5 cent range as of the opening this morning, but it's still early. Pelangio Exploration, PX, they are saying that they had high-grade gold, including 14.1 grams per ton over 7 meters. This is at their property in Ghana. They also had 5.8 grams per ton of gold over 8 meters. They closed on Friday at 55 cents, $1.31 on the low, 15 cents on the 52-week high. This morning, 53 cents down 2 on 60,000 shares. So not a lot of reaction to this news. And finally, UNR Holdings trades in the U.S. on Stockton with UNRH put up their first quarter numbers. Looks like nice numbers here. Revenues up 103% to $39.9 million. Net income up 339% to $12.4 million. Earnings per share diluted 51 cents for the quarter compared with 11 cents. Massive top and bottom line growth, especially when you consider the fact that this company closed on Friday at $1.70, $1.85 on its 52-week high, $1.15 on its low. Gives a market cap about $40 million. But that 51 cents per share, 51 cents per share earnings alone, if that was for the year, would give you a company trading at 3.5 times. If they actually extrapolate that over the next 4 quarters, they're way undervalued. Do your own due diligence. They serve the Russian construction market. And finally, out of China, I'll give you one more. TechFaith put out their quarterly numbers. CNTF, this is China TechFaith Wireless. They announced revenue of $78.7 million. That's up 29%. Income from operations, $15.8 million. That's 151%, 31% sequentially. Big growth here. Net income, $13.8 million or 26 cents per share. That compares to 7.1 or 15 cents per share for the same quarter last year. They closed at 573, 696 on the high, 234 on the 52-week low. That's a wrap. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow.